Hello, and welcome back to West Ham Reunited. Back with another episode. But we keep on winning, so we'll keep on coming back. We are here to talk our post-match discussion of yesterday's victory at the London Stadium on a penalty shootout. Our first penalty shootout win since Europa League qualification, Jazz. Do you remember that away game when Poyet scored the winner? Do you remember that one? Do you remember that penalty shootout away from home?
I can't. Oh, Everton won.
No, this was the next following season, wasn't it? This was when we moved to the OS and we won on penalty shootouts and Elliot Lee scored and Poyet and people like that. That's our first penalty shootout win. Mad, isn't it?
How many have we lost then? I don't think
Dunno,
we had
mate.
that many. I remember the Everton one, the famous one with the goalie.
Adrian.
Yeah. Oh, God. And we just could never beat Everton back then. And it went all night, didn't it, that one? Wow.
Yeah, no, definitely. But first of all, we'd like to thank our channel sponsor, Glazewise. Windows, Doors, Conservatories. John is your man. And if you mention West Ham Reunited, you get a discount. There's always information there. And it will all appear there for you. And of course, we're also giving a plug again for Iron Supporting Food Banks. John and his team do fantastic stuff. And they're there every home game. So if you can make a donation, that would be great.
Yep.
Let's see who's in the chat. Evening, Jerry. I hope you are well. Jazz, first of all, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, really good. Wasn't really watching the game, to be fair. I know you were in the ground, but as it got closer to end of normal time, it got really interesting, as we'll discuss. And feeling, it just win after a win, isn't it? One after the other, mate. And it's forget winning. We're not even conceding a goal, mate. It's that good.
I know.
So it's long mate, carry on, mate. Really.
So
good.
did you watch any of the game? Did you watch the shootout? Did they show the shootout or anything? Or
the story with the shootout is that Sky were going to show it, and then they went for a break, and when they came back, it was 3-1 to us. So that's how they started, from 3-1, and then from there,
okay.
And that obviously, if I saw it from 3-1, because I put my alerts off on my phone, I get too nervous when it was about 85 minutes, I think. And then from then on, I thought, bloody hell, for 3-1 up, that looks good to me.
Yeah, no, definitely. We've got a person who was here as well. Who was at the game last night. Dom, how you doing, mate? You good?
Oh, fucking.
Sorry.
Fucking hell.
Should we take you out again and put you back in again? How you feeling, mate? You still on cloud nine after yesterday?
Yeah. I'm really pleased from last night.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You nearly made Nicky smile. Nearly made him smile, didn't you, Dom? Nearly, you tried.
I always make Nicky smile. I spend enough time with Nicky and make him smile, mate. But, I'm really, really pleased. Like I said last night, I'm so proud of the team. I'm so proud of the way they dig deep. I'm so proud of the way they defend. Let me get my mic. Hold on. That's better. I'm so proud of the way we stick at our game plans.
Yeah.
I love clean sheets. I used to play football and I was a defender myself, and it's satisfying to keep these clean sheets and everything. What a week, winning the Europa League. My expectations are always low because I don't want to end up disappointed.
Yeah.
Literally, like I said this time last week, I said I'd take a draw at Genk and beat Spurs, or I'd beat Genk, take a draw against Spurs. Won them both. So I was like, well, whatever happens against Man City is a bonus because, I can't really see us prioritising this cup. The lineups come out. I was like, fuck it, I might just turn around and head back to the station.
Yeah, we'll bring that up for you.
The best of lineups, was it? I mean,
when you look at it,
looking at looking at it now, really, my only issue would have been like Yarmolenko up top, because I don't rate Yarmolenko whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you something, mate. We're prepared to work. We're prepared to battle hard, and just fantastic. weathered the storm from minute one. After about 15, 20 minutes, we start to settle into the game. Came at we let them play. You can't stop City from playing. But
No,
if
of
you're going
course
to get a
not.
result against teams that like to have possession-based football, like to keep the ball a lot, you've got to battle. You've got to bully them. And if you do that, you get results. That's what we done last night. I had a feeling it would go to penalties. I just had this gut feeling in me that we'd get a
I
draw.
said that. I tweeted it yesterday as well, mate. I was saying that on my preview as well. I was like, if we can get to 70 minutes and the game's still 0-0, we've definitely got a chance. And I think psychological.
Just
I
such
tell you,
a betting man, Andy. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, no, definitely. Do you know what? There's obviously Areola was man of the match and was sort of talk of the saves he's done, but the two people I want to give a shout out is Johnson and Cresswell. The amount of games they've played and the engine, what they've shown. Don't get me wrong, I know Johnson's a younger player and you should expect it, but psychologically as well, going into all them games and playing the full 90s. Dom, what did you think of them both yesterday?
Great. Like it was back five, wasn't it? Because Masuaku played, so
Yeah, yeah.
slot into that back three.
And he just does that easy, doesn't he?
Yeah, like because he's improved on his defending. Like it suits him. I actually think he's better at playing centre back than he is left back because I think when he's left back, he does get caught out and exposed at times. And Masuaku, like we all know, Masuaku isn't a good defender, but he's a good wing back, if that makes sense. He can only really play as a wing back, and he's obviously not tried. I personally love to see Masuaku play left wing if needed. And I've been saying that for years because he's been with us 5 years now. He's never played left wing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But like, when he's a wing back, he's excellent. And again, like done well getting forward, like because like he's not a great defender. He's got Cresswell as a left-sided centre back to cover him.
Yeah.
And like Johnson, I mean, I love Johnson. It's so satisfying to see a young, like academy product doing what he's doing. Like, he was outstanding again. I don't think we've conceded a goal when he's played either this season. I saw something earlier today. I don't think we've actually conceded a goal. He's so important because he's versatile. He can play left back. He played centre back against United in the previous round.
Yeah, I know.
Right back's his spot, isn't it? And I'll be honest with you, much as I love Coufal and much as I think Coufal's great, I can't really make a case for Coufal to come straight back into the side when he's fit because he is fit because he was on the bench last night, came on as a sub.
Yeah.
But it would be very, very harsh to drop Johnson on Sunday because he is in the form of his life. And I tell you something, like, get him tied down. If he's on a short contract that's running out soon, get that tied down if he ain't already signed one already. I'm just so pleased, like everything's going right with the club. We're doing really well. We've got a fantastic manager. We're in Europe. We're in the quarterfinals of the League Cup. We just beat two of the best sides to get there. And we've got academy products playing as well. Rice is now established. Johnson established now. You've got that young kid who came on against Genk. I'm sure he'll be knocking on the door for more appearances.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Isn't it? Yeah,
it's really great times. And, I haven't felt like obviously we had a good season last season, but the fact we couldn't go was different. But like, I haven't felt as positive and as happy about West Ham since that last season at the Bowen. I'm just saying we could go one better this season.
Yeah, no, definitely. Jerry just said that's the first home game I've missed. Oh, what a game to have missed. And Kent Hammers is saying we kept City honest and made them always knew they were in a game. We never lost concentration for 90 minutes. Yeah, I agree. Obviously, Dom, like Jazz has got. He'll be back in a sec. He's just got to get the door. But looking into the first half, obviously Areola was tested drastically, and he come out on tops. I know Fab's been here a while, and we've seen him have that, but I think that's probably one of the best goalkeeper performances I've seen in a long time. What about you?
Yeah, no, I know. He was excellent last season as well for Fulham, Areola.
Yeah.
He won their player of the season. I know they got relegated and, but that weren't really his fault. He's the goalkeeper. And I think had it not been for him, they'd have gone down a lot earlier. He's a good keeper. He's played for. He's at PSG, like as his parent club currently. He's been on loan to Real Madrid 2 years ago. In case no one knew that, I've always I watched it. Obviously, like when we were stuck indoors last season, I watched like pretty much every Premier League game, every weekend, and obviously like full because every game was on the telly, weren't it?
Yeah.
And he was just so good for Fulham. I like the way he's very agile, like he's very quick. He can save with his feet as well as his hands, like he done last night from that Palmer shot. He was just, I love Fab. Don't get me wrong, I do like Fabianski. I think Fabianski's been a fantastic goalkeeper for us, probably the best we've had since Rob Green for me.
Yeah.
And the thing with Fab, he's 36, but keepers have gone for a while. Like Van der Sar and Buffon's like 42, and Buffon's still playing. I'm not saying Fabianski's in that bracket, but
no, of course not.
Jääskeläinen went on until he was like 39, 40. So like they do go on for longer than an outfield player because they don't obviously run a lot. But thing with Fab, like he's got a history of injuries since 2 seasons ago, and there has been a few cases where he's moved, was had to pull out, injured in the warm up. But we've essentially got 2 number ones.
Yeah,
and like it's not a case of 2 years ago, like, well, we're praying Fabianski stays fit, otherwise, we've got to turn to Roberto, and then Roberto's we've got to turn to Martin, and I like Martin, but he's not, he's nowhere near like Fabianski, Areola level, and like that performance last night from Areola, like without him, we'd have lost that game. We wouldn't be saying now, absolutely buzzing, and it's only a matter of time for me before he becomes number one. I hope he does as well, because cracking keeper, and we have to look to sign him permanently as well.
Yeah, like you said, though, mate,
we've got to look at. I think he's got like 20 million release clause, or like in the contract we can pay 20 million.
Yeah, I think that's 20 million euros. So I think it's about 15 million. I think in total for a French goalkeeper who's going to be the French number one when Lloris eventually retires as well. The thing is as well, mate, like you said, you're sort of comparing him to Rob Green. We got Fab probably a couple years, like he's been good, but we're getting a goalkeeper who's on the decline. With Areola, he's still up there as well, and he could probably even get bigger. Do you know what I mean? And I think
28.
28, mate, it's mad.
Like, that's a prime year, and especially for a goalkeeper, like we could probably have him, and we could probably get like 10 years worth of him, if not more. I think, like I said, like I thought it was brilliant for Fulham last season. I watched him a lot, and I said, like, I've been saying all summer, like I think because like of Fabianski's history, and like Fabianski's a great keeper, but like he does often make a few clangers, doesn't he? Like, let's be honest, like he's solid though. Like he's not put a foot wrong this season for me, but last season he made a few mistakes year before, and then he's obviously got injured a couple of times. And it's like, well, we need to like probably look at a long-term replacement for him. And Randolph, I don't think is a good goalkeeper anymore. Like he was all right as a number 2 when he first come in, but since he's come back 2 years ago, like he's played a few games, and I just think he's not Premier League level at all. Good backup, like if you needed, like if they both get injured and you had a third choice, which we have, I'd be more than happy, for him to be a number 3. But he ain't gonna want to be a number 3, is he, Randolph? I'm surprised he's still here, if I'm being honest with you. I'm surprised because of Martin as well. Like Martin's like
as well.
West Ham boy, and lives off that Chelsea win. But like great day for everyone. But like, I said, like I was looking at keepers, like who we need to like sign up, and Areola was definitely on my list. It was like him, Nick Pope, maybe that Johnson from West Brom, but Areola is so much better than Johnston, and it was definitely like between him and Pope for me. I'm just glad we got Areola, like cracking keeper.
Yeah. The one save what springs to mind for Areola in the first half was the save from Palmer, his reaction with his legs. I've never seen a goalkeeper really like get down like that and save, like it was through the gap, and obviously he managed to get it away. One player, Dom, who, like we said, we talked about it after the Tottenham game, was Nikola Vlašić. I thought that was the best game. I know we sort of said it last week against Genk, but I thought that was his best game. He's just hungry, he wants the ball, he could turn, and I thought he had a really good game. What about you?
He was all right. Still, like, jury's still out on him because, like, at the end of the day, we have paid a lot of money for him, and he's yet to do anything to really say that, oh, he's a good player. Like, he's a good player. Like, I worded that wrong, but he's a good player. But like, he's yet to do anything to say, oh, what a signing sort of thing. But he's not played many games, has he? Like, he's not getting in the first team. So I think maybe we overpaid for a guy who's a squad player, which I think we have.
Yeah.
But again, like, if he gets more game time, I'm sure his time will come. Like, he looked sharp when he came on against Southampton last month. He's played a handful, and like he's not been great, but he's not been awful either. And I thought he'd done all right last night. Like you say, like, he gets the ball, he runs, and I think he just needs a goal. I think he just needs like a goal or assist for a bit of confidence. But I'm sure his time will come.
Yeah, no, definitely. Souček was heavily involved again yesterday. To me personally, I'm glad he played, but I was surprised. I knew one of them would miss out, and to be honest, I honestly thought it would be Souček because obviously he played the full 90. Obviously against Genk as well. Do you think that international break sort of come at a good time for him, didn't it? Really, because since then he's sort of come back a better player as well. Do you know, I was criticising him, but he seems to be a bit better again.
Yeah, I said the same. Like, you just said it there. Since the break, he's come back and he looks. I don't think he's been as good as he has been last season, but I think that's like I think he sort of swapped positions with Rice in a way.
Yeah.
And but like, he's still a very, very big player for us, so important. It's like I keep saying to other people, like Rice and Souček, without one, the other can't play to their full strengths.
No, I agree.
And I think like Souček's been playing these games because obviously Rice for me is. I thought last season Souček was a better player, but so far this season Rice has been the better player. And I think, if you want to protect one of them, it's Rice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, mate. Obviously the first half was sort of gets. The one thing I did like was Masuaku again, like you said, like going forward, he is a real threat. Are you surprised, Moyes? I know we're sort of talking about the game last night. Are you sort of surprised Moyes has not used him as much?
No. Because if Moyes is playing that 4 at the back, Cresswell's better there.
Yeah.
Because as we touched on a few minutes ago, Masuaku isn't a good defender. Like, and he's been out for a while as well. I think before this season, like, I think like this calendar year before the start of the season, he's only played like 2 games.
Yeah.
Or it might be even 1 game. So I think he came against 2 games. I think Wolves and Leicester. Like, he came back from injury against Wolves. I thought he had a nightmare against Leicester when we won the game 3-2. Like, we're really hanging on. And they kept getting him behind. Obviously, he was at fault for the goal because he gave it straight to Iheanacho and he scored. Like, I think, and then he got injured again. And I don't think he played again for that season. But like, again, like, it's so important to get if you want to aim for dizzy heights, you've got to have a big, like, I don't think our squad's big, but I think in terms of like positions, we've got literally a player for each position.
Yeah.
And for me, like, Cresswell's the better left back, and Cresswell's defensiveness has improved. Like, I think Masuaku's better going forward, but I think Cresswell's better at defending and crossing the ball in. Like, his set pieces and balls in are just immaculate. Like, you probably get the whip on it as well with Cresswell. Yeah. But yeah, like, like Masuaku don't start for me in the league.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, as like an impact, like you said, put him in front of Cresswell. I think that'll be nice to see. Like you said, just someone who can.
If needs be, then like, if he wants to change that, if he wants to go to a back 5 and like I think Masuaku could be better as a wing back than Cresswell would be.
Yeah.
That's if he wants to play Cresswell in defence, or maybe like Diop or Dawson along with Zouma and Ogbonna. But if you're on about left-sided, I think Cresswell fits that more.
Yeah. Obviously, in the 56th minute, I've got this down on my notes because I was watching the game again earlier. Obviously, we had them 2 chances. Obviously, that Masuaku cross-come shot with a good save from Steffen, and obviously the Yarmolenko one. I was so disappointed. That was such a poor first touch, weren't it? Really, if only if that was someone else, maybe that could have went in. But obviously, you can't write your luck. That's the only thing what's frustrating with Yarmolenko. Ukraine, he's different.
It was poor goalkeeping from Steffen. Like, I didn't think he was very good last night. Their keeper.
No.
You know, like in the shootout, he got 2 hands to 2 of the penalties, and he didn't keep them out.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, that Yarmolenko shot, and yeah, Souček missed a few as well. Like, Yarmolenko's obviously got confidence issues. I mean, like, I don't think many people believe in him. I certainly don't anyway. Like, I don't think he's good enough for us. Like, I don't think, you know, like, he's well past his best. He was a good player back in the day. Like, you know, that's why Dortmund signed him up. But I don't think he's a good footballer. I think, like, you know, he's very slow, very clunky. You know, like, I think he, like, gives the ball away a lot. And everyone knows his game, you know, like, he always wants to cut in on that left foot. And everyone knows that, you know, like, so he's so easy to work out and play against, I imagine. But, you know, like, he works hard. And, you know, like, I'm always, if you're not a good footballer, just work hard, you know, like, you don't have to be, like, the best player. But if you work hard, especially, like, you know, West Ham fans, we love a player who just puts in 110%. And I think he's doing that. Like, I think in the past he's looked a bit lazy. But, like, in these little games he's been starting in Europe and the League Cups, I think he's worked really hard, and I you know, like, I do love that. Like I say, like, if there's no, if you don't try, just fuck off. Like, you know, Haller, for example, big money, you know, good striker, but not for us. But again, like, just didn't want to work, just lazy, strolled about, like, oh, what am I doing here? Well, like, what are you doing here? But Yarmolenko, like, it's that Moyes work ethic, isn't it? You know, like, he can, if you're not gonna set the place alight, just put in a shift, and it'll be appreciated.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, just after the hour mark, Moyes made the 3 changes: Yarmolenko, Vlašić, and Masuaku off, replaced by Bowen, Benrahma, and Fornals. Was you surprised with that?
Yeah, because he was going for it, weren't he?
Yeah.
Like, he brought them on. He brought them on at the perfect time, because I think we were on top when they came on. You know, like, who come off? It was Yarmolenko, Vlašić,
and Arthur, Masuaku.
Yeah. So it's Fornals, Benrahma, and Bowen who come on. Probably our 3 most creative players. And on top of that, you had Lanzini on the pitch as well. So,
I thought he had a good game as well, Lanzini, yesterday.
Yeah, everyone was great. I thought our best player, outfield player, was Noble.
Yeah.
But you know, like, them 3 coming on was a signal of intent that Moyes actually was going for it. And, you know, looking at the lineup at the start of the game, I didn't think he would. Like, I thought, well, he's just going to, like, chuck this tonight and just not bother. But, like I say, as the game went on and it's still 0-0, and, you know, they're passing us to death but not doing anything, you think, well, hang on a minute, we could actually have a go at them, which you can't usually do against City, because, you know, they'll pick you up and hit you on the break. And they've done that a few times, but, like, our defence was always ready for them. So the game plan worked perfectly.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, we were on top, as I said, and we started creating more. Like, Fornals was good. Bowen is always a threat. And, you know, Benrahma, it's Benrahma, isn't he?
Yeah. The change what surprised, well, I didn't expect Coufal. I was surprised he was on the bench, and obviously he come on for Lanzini. And then when I saw De Bruyne going off, I was like, and Grealish coming on, I sort of thought Grealish, he's sort of done well for City, but he's not really took a game by the scruff of his neck. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I was sort of expecting. But I think Moyes probably brought that on to stop Foden and Grealish, because that's the side they were attacking, and Coufal and Johnson done their job, didn't they?
I'll tell you what, Grealish must have been buzzing to get on the pitch, and then he turns around and sees Coufal coming
Yeah.
on. He must have thought, "Oh fuck this! I don't want to come on no more," because like Coufal had him twice last season, especially at Villa Park. You know, like talk about timing again with the subs. Like a good player, Grealish. Like that. That's the thing with City, and that's why it's such a great result because they've won this cup. Like to be honest with you, I don't think many teams take this cup seriously, like especially the big teams. Saying that, since Swansea won it in 2013, the last like non-big club, big six team, if you like, previous winners were like Chelsea in City in 2014, Chelsea in 2015, then City again, then Man United, and then since Man United in 2017, it's been City up until now. So, like, the thing, the reason that City have been able to win it is because, you know, they've got such a big squad. Like, if you take out Mahrez, you can have Bernardo Silva. If you take out De Bruyne, you've got Bowen. Take out Sterling, you've got Grealish now. You take out Fernandinho, you get Rodri. You take out Gundogan, you get who's the other midfielder for him? I can't think.
What's his
even like.
Yeah, I know.
And then the defence, you know, that's Stones and Aki playing, and then you take them out, you got Laporte and Diaz. So, like, you know, they basically got like two first teams that could win anything, and that's why they've been able to win it because, like, they have a luxury of being able to rotate and have two teams. But so that's why it's a great result because, you know, like De Bruyne comes off. Like, to be honest with you, I'm glad they took De Bruyne off because that's their main penalty taker.
Yeah,
and it could have been different if they kept him on the pitch, but you know it was meant to be, weren't it? And Foden causes problems. Like they all causes problems, but they didn't have any end product. They need a striker. I think Jesus is good. He's a good goal scorer. He's a poacher, but like in terms of like they need a.
I still think Kane's going to go there in January. I've just got this feeling.
You know, like they're bombing balls into the box and. Obviously, our defence was excellent, but there's no one there on the end of it. I thought Dawson and Diop were magnificent again. They're really starting to form a fantastic partnership in these cup games and Europe games. But, like, for me, just Noble ran that midfield last night.
I know.
Absolutely.
I can't remember if it was you or Nick because I was filming for their post match and they said it. The ball's what Noble was playing over the top. If Antonio was there, he would have been loving that. He was playing like a quarterback, wasn't he? Do you know, it was just because Yarmolenko was there. Unfortunately, if it was someone else with a bit more pace, I think they would have got at him as well.
Yeah, but like you know, like, Noble's passing was immaculate. But so
I know.
All round midfield play, like he was like just winning, just getting stuck in. Like it was one of the best games I've seen Noble play for West Ham. It was like a true captain's performance. If we can go on to win this cup in his final season, that'd just be fairy tale stuff.
Yeah, no, especially that sort of performance reminded me last year at the Bowen. Do you know when he was at that level, like what he played last night?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and evening, Mark, mate. Hope you are well. Yeah, another acrobatic save again from obviously Zinchenko had that shot. I thought he saved all of them, and I just hope a long shot wouldn't have beat him. But then, like you said, we had a couple of and then they got the free kick, didn't they, in the added time? And I was like, oh, please don't go in. We've got like another minute to hold on. But what was you thinking at penalties? Was you confident when the full time whistle went?
There's a lot of reasoning. Like I was confident with Areola, but I weren't confident with our penalty takers because obviously we've missed the last 4.
Yeah,
but the players that have missed was Rice, who weren't playing.
Yeah,
Lingard, who obviously is no longer with us.
Yeah.
Antonio, who weren't playing, and Noble, who missed one in a million. I think when he missed that penalty, he literally came on to just kick the ball. He didn't, but this time he had a full 90 minutes behind him. So, you know, there was always that element, and he's always so reliable from the spot 9 times out of 10. And we haven't really seen like how good like the others are at penalties. Like obviously Foden comes up and misses. It's always important in a shootout for me to go first.
Yeah.
Because if you score, straight away there's pressure on the other team, and then Foden misses theirs, and then now we have a chance to take advantage, and then Bowen scores it, and then that's it. We're 2-0, and then City literally have to be perfect, and they were, but we were still perfect. Like I thought that it was Cancelo, like Dawson. Like I see Dawson come, I was like, fucking hell! Like I thought, it's always the centre backs who miss, isn't it? Like especially like the big ones like Dawson, like these old fashioned ones, which I do like, but like I'll never back him to take a penalty. Just so good. I thought, their keeper weren't great. Like I said, he got 2 hands to Bowen's one, he got 2 hands to Benrahma's one. But like the most important one was Cresswell's, because obviously Jesus makes it 3-2. Cresswell then
that was a cheeky penalty, wasn't it? That was cheeky. What Jesus?
Very frustrating.
Yeah, no. You sort of touched on it.
The importance of the penalties, like the Cresswell one, because like I think for me that's got to be the most important one, because that puts us 4-2 up, and then essentially we had 3 match points, because like City had to score theirs, they missed, they scored, and then we got another chance, Benrahma, and that's the one you want to bury. But even if he misses that, City have still got to score their next one, so there's so much pressure on them. But thankfully we prevailed, and just wild scenes at the end. Yeah. What a great night.
Yeah. Evening, Simon. Yeah, I was everywhere, mate. I was outside drinking them. I didn't realise. I saw a load of people drinking them on Saturday. I got one of them 2-pinters. It wasn't too bad. Not bad for money outside in the Heineken bar before the game. Weren't too bad.
Yeah, so that's when me and Marshy usually tie up now.
Yeah, evening Mike as well. James from the Anvil as well. Ben Johnson looked good in his natural right back position. Something to think of. Harrison Ashby. Yeah, Harrison Ashby's the one for me.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, he looks really, really good. I know it's under 23s, but you've got to start somewhere. The one penalty, obviously the real pressure on was on Cancelo, and that was a good penalty. Obviously, you said. Obviously, Dawson was ridiculous. I think that was probably the best one, to be honest. The way he stroke it anyway, and obviously Jesus then with the cheeky one, Cresswell, but Grealish, that's confidence as well. What Grealish done with that run up. If only we had him in the Euros.
Yeah, I know.
And then obviously,
getting flashbacks when he went to penalties. I was like, I can't do this again. I don't ever want to watch a penalty shootout involving a team I support ever again. But here we go.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing. Like that's what was like. We didn't miss once. We scored every single penalty, and like I think the last penalty shootout was like competitive penalty. If you discount the Betway Cup against Athletic Bilbao, like I think the previous penalty shootout I've seen us involved in was Everton. When Adrian
I was saying that to Jazz.
It finished at 9-8, and again, like this is what was hard, because Everton went first.
Yeah,
obviously they scored, then Adrian saved one.
Yeah,
and then we had match point, and we missed, and then it went to sudden death, and they were scoring all of theirs, and like if we missed once, that was it. But we just kept our cool, and it was so nervy, and then they missed again, and then Adrian scored the winner. But fucking hell, like. It was.
I was saying it. That our actual one before that was the season after, when we won in Europa League qualifying. When away at the qualifying, we won penalties. Right. No, I was telling that to Jazz earlier, because they come up on the stats the last time we won. Let me just get some comments. Yeah, Simon, they are
as well.
Yeah, a 2-pinter. Yeah, they are.
How much are they? 2-pinters. How much are they?
I think they're a tenner. A tenner.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. So you get basic, because you pay $6.50 for a big pint, and you get 2 for a tenner. 2 pints for a tenner.
I want rum like that. Can they mix the rum with me?
I'm sure they will, Jazz. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, right? So, like, all them stands outside that the stadium are proper dear. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's all right getting the 2-pinters and everything. But like, we went to get some food. We went to that burger van, and to be fair, the burgers they are the bollocks. Them burgers, like they're proper, like the buns are
But
lovely.
you need to remortgage though, don't you?
Yeah, well, I didn't get them like Marshy did. Like, I got the beers, and Marshy was like, "I'll get the food," and we were like meeting our friend. So she wanted like a plain one. So like he ordered like 2 doubles and a plain, £31.
Whoa!
What?
Fuck me! I was like, "Are you sure?" 31
Double.
fucking pound.
Fucking
They
hell.
were nice. They are nice burgers, if I'm being honest. But like, tell you what,
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
this must be different to the van I use at the half time. They're crap where I go half time outside. So these are different then. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
there's
ones
fucking
inside
tons of places.
they're like £6.50, like
Yeah, it's
prime
nothing to
beef.
them.
But like, yeah, the ones outside, they're proper night. You know, like they're made well. To be fair,
Yeah.
I missed a
Let's
rib
have a-
man. Like, I wish the rib man would come near a stadium because he's
Yeah, where is
it's-
he? Hackney Wick. Hackney Wick he is, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's moved
back
to.
mile away, isn't it?
his stuff's quite expensive, but it's the bollocks. Like I remember at the Bowen when I'd have some of his ribs. Like, you
I
won't
know.
get better
It was,
ribs than him.
no.
He used to sell out of all of them before kickoff. All of them were gone.
He still sells out at Brick Lane every Sunday as well.
Mm. Like we
Yeah, I
were like, when we were milling about, we were like, it's all, you know, like we've been here 5 years now. It's getting there, like, you know, like I still miss the bowling. You know, if I had a choice, it'd be like bowling because like I love an old school football ground. But like, you know, once you're through this stupid security checks, if you get there in plenty of time, it's not so bad. Like hanging about outside the stadium, like you can have a drink there now. You can have like, I just wish there'd be like more actual bars and like more places to sit down because, like, you know,
I
your
wish there
old
was
theory-
more pubs. More. I mean, I'm not gonna get controversial. Carpenters ain't for me, mate. As simple as that.
No, I agree.
But
I agree.
Any
I
other?
don't like
If it was a
no.
nice traditional pub somewhere,
Yeah,
I like
you
those.
see,
Yeah.
see, me and Jazz Jazz has been there a member for. He sort of convinced me. I've been there a couple of times. The supporters club, it's not actually that bad considering how close you are to the stadium.
Yeah.
Reasonable
Where
as
is
well. So do you know where the big the slide is?
Towers
It's
thing,
literally
yeah.
at the back there.
Yeah, it's a sports bar
the
upstairs.
podium
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah. It's called the
I've
West
been there a few times. Yeah, it's good in there. It's all right.
Yeah. So that's the
But it's very
supporters club.
busy.
Yeah. So if you become a member, it's like £20 a year. Then you swipe your thing. You can go upstairs like on the terrace and stuff. So obviously like people who smoke
that's
and
very
vape.
good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And then like you can get a jug of Foster's for £15 for a pint pitcher, or a Heineken for £20. For £20, a jug pitcher as well.
Yes, controlled crowds. You never had more than one person ahead of you in the bar. When
In the queue, you
It's
never
all right,
queue.
I've been in there a few. It's like a cafe, isn't it? Like as well, they do like tea and coffee and like cake.
Yeah, so the upstairs is more of a bar, and like you said, Jazz, obviously he drinks spirits, and he's on the doubles, and he pays a double and a mixer for a £5.
Yeah.
Decent. It's good that.
And they do salt beef sandwiches and sort of signs. don't
Yeah,
they? Salt beef
downstairs. Yeah, the
sandwiches.
bagels downstairs. Then,
Yeah.
fucking hell, I'm getting hungry now. But let's
They've
get into
got
the
to
comments
improve
quick.
it. They've had to improve it because, like before, it was just like, you know, like pre-match. Sometimes we usually go to the Weatherspoons, the Golden Grove, and
Yeah,
but it's just too far. Like, you know, we have to leave like an hour before kickoff, then trek back to the station, then trek through Westfield, and then it's a bit like, it's all right, you know. Like it helps that we're doing well. If I'm being brutally honest, like, you know, like
But
you just think.
Yeah.
It's just the uni. Like you just think that someone else would be a bit smart and go. I know, like they could move the uni a bit further away. Do you know, like the supporters club, build like 2 or 3 of them, and then you would have everyone in the same place, wouldn't you? No one would be really trekking out. Do you know what I mean? Have two or three of them, and then you're more.
What about that German bar, that posh thing? What's that like? I don't know.
What's
You know that new one on the right hand side as you're coming in? It's got like a German name, like the bar thing.
Oh,
restaurant, big building. You know where Iron Food Banks are opposite, just there.
Oh, as you're coming through, so instead of the cow, you're walking into the ground from like the cat. Like, yeah, I've not been in there, mate. To be honest,
I did notice last night that there were a few ticketing issues because there were big crowds of people stuck outside after the game had kicked off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whether they were late or not, that's their problem. But like,
I always get there at least an hour. That's why I was drinking the supporters club, Don, there as well. I leave there at like when we when it was Europa League, we left at 7. So I was in the ground. I was in the ground by 7, and I had a beer, and I got and I was in my seat ready for kickoff. Do you know what I mean? It was perfect.
Definitely. Like, you got to really like it. It's common sense, really, because of how big the stadium is. You get more people, and like, I think those like security checks are a pain in the arse. But like, I think because like, I think last 2 seasons ago, I went to the it was that FA Cup game against West Brom.
Yeah,
I was in the podium bar, and like I left with 20 minutes before kickoff. We got caught in them queues, and it was a bit like fucking hell. Like,
yeah,
like you could have argued should have left earlier, but same time, it's literally right next to the stadium, and you're late for kickoff. But I think like the ticketing issues, like with the e-tickets, there were a bit of problems with them last night. But oh well.
Leicester was bad. I got in with a minute ago. That was bad. The queues for the Leicester game.
Yeah,
people are shouting in the queue and all sorts.
Yeah. Let's have a look here. Sorry, let's have a look at these comments. What we've missed, John. Great. What a result. City didn't put too much of a weakened team either, so took us game various. Regards to the next round, we deserve a home draw. Yeah, we'll get onto that, John, in a second because we'll get their opinions on that. Kent, the early bird pie and a pint, good offer in the ground. Yeah, I've never had that actually.
What's that then? Oh,
So I think before kickoff,
yeah,
or like an hour before kickoff, you get a discount like pie and a drink. I think, or before kickoff, I think.
pie's all right. I've had it. It's all right.
Yeah. Let's have a look what James is saying as well. Areola was immense, one of our best goal displays I've seen in a long while. His instinct and reflex are excellent. I think he is coming, to be honest. I really do think he is.
Great saves yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. Kent, I got there early and had to pay a £5. That's pretty decent because I paid £6.50 when I got in the ground yesterday.
They put it out for the Europa game as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Was that for the pie as well as the pint?
Oh, maybe. Oh, I'll find that out. Let us know.
That's a really good deal.
Yeah. Gary, I'll answer your question in a sec, but obviously the decisive penalty was when Benrahma stepped up. I was just confident because I knew he scored 6 out of 6 for Brentford, and I think he is a sort of player who likes that pressure as well. Dom, was you confident when he stepped up?
Yeah, but at the same time, I was like,
I wasn't sure.
Something's bound to go wrong. I was like, it's going to be the most West Ham thing ever to have match point against City and then just like, fuck it. So like,
he got a good hand to it, didn't he, Dom? I think the goalie.
This is what I mean. He got 2 hands to the Bowen one as well, and then he got I thought when he got 2 hands to it, I was like, oh, fuck, he saved it. But then like I just saw it nestle in the corner because I was right behind the goal. I was like, oh, the scenes, man. Like, I think they're probably some of the best scenes I've been involved in at that stadium. And we've had some shit times there, but we've also had some good times. But like, people were just like falling over each other, cuddling each other. It's just like great memories. Like, it's fucking fantastic.
It's one of them moments. Like I was sort of I was on Luke on the Free Hammers yesterday, and it was like a lot of kids were obviously because it was half term, and I just heard like a lot of them were saying like this is their first game. What a first game for a kid to say! I went and West Ham beat Man City in the cup. It's just memories for what they will cherish as well. And
Dom, for a quid, I do think it is good.
Yeah. I thought that atmosphere under the lights is always good. I thought the crowd played its part again yesterday. Dom, what about you?
Yeah, it's cracking. Like, I think once we realised we actually like were settled into the game and we could actually like stick to our game plan and possibly get a result. I think, especially during the second half, because I think after the first half we were just like relieved it was going to get to half time. And then obviously second half we're like, well, we're at half time, it's 0-0. We could get a result here. We've got good players, and obviously not as good as City, but we have got good players on the bench. And I think the more chances we created, we were like, right, here we go. Like, we're matching them now. We could win this. I was like, I think turning around a few people I stood with, I was thinking, hang on a minute, we could actually do this tonight, and we did.
I think Noble's kids were there, weren't they? In the crowd, he goes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he said it was one for his family. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Gary's answer: £6 for a pie and a pint before kickoff. That's not bad.
That's all right. Yeah.
Decent that.
Yeah. No,
Don, which
definitely.
away ground has got good grub, mate? Do you remember getting a good pie or a burger at away ground?
Any ground.
Yeah, away ground like that. You remember like that? God, that was a good burger. I think Nicky liked Bournemouth, didn't he? Burgers at Bournemouth.
Yeah,
I
because it
remember
was
him saying.
cheap.
They did the kids burger. You told me.
It always helps though when it's good value. There's a few like non-league grounds which I do, and they always get it spot on. Like I think especially around like National League South level, like they do get spot on with the food. Like, and that's always decent, because if you like, I don't think we do great refreshments, but like, there are some grounds that do well. Like,
fucking Newcastle, you didn't hear that. So obviously we saw you at Newcastle. So me and Jazz bought a beer and a pint, at Newcastle. Yeah, even at full time, I was like, I'm really hungry. I need to eat. It still burnt my mouth. I had it upstairs, like on the fucking seat, and still an hour later, it still burnt my mouth. I don't know what the fuck they cooked it in.
Yeah, that was it's pricey. I'll tell you what, actually, Everton away, Nicky got me a Scouse pie. That was fucking nice, mate. That was the bollocks, mate. Like, it was like a ready meal. It was like some sort of shepherd's pie, but I'll tell you, mate, it was really well cooked. It was lovely. Really nice.
It's making me hungry. I ain't had dinner yet. All this food talk. What's that, mate? Sorry?
Hopefully Liverpool do him as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Right, so obviously we went on to win the game, and now we're in the hat for the last 8. The teams are in: Arsenal, Chelsea, Sunderland, the Yids, Leicester, Liverpool, Brentford. Jazz, who do you reckon we're going to get?
Oh God. It's hard, isn't it? Because we always have hard draws. I think we're probably gonna. I got a feeling about Arsenal. I don't know why. I don't know.
What, home or away?
I can't say home or away. I don't know. More likely away, I think. I'd love it to be home, mate. At home, we can handle anyone. I want it to be Sunderland, but that's just me.
Kent saying it here. I'll tell you what. I would even go none pay if we could. I'll definitely be on that, going away for that. Sunderland away. Can you imagine that?
I want Sunderland. I think everyone would. I think everyone in that draw wants Sunderland. But like, if we could get them away, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Quarter final on a Tuesday or Wednesday night just before Christmas. Fucking yeah, definitely. I'm sorry.
Like, I'll definitely wrap up warm.
You know what? I'll say this. I hope we get Chelsea, because the week of the quarterfinals, the week they have to go to wherever, like Qatar or Japan, where the Club World Cup.
The FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, remember when Liverpool had to do it as well, and they were in the quarterfinals. They had to go to Qatar for the World Cup,
and they lost it. They lost the cup game, didn't they?
Well, they took their first team to Qatar, and they left their reserves at home. And the reserves played against Aston Villa, and Villa smashed them 5-0. If Chelsea have to do the same and play their reserves, I'd fucking take them. I'll tell you what. I think a London, it'd be cracking if we get a London derby away. Like, we'd have like 8,000 of us there. Remember Arsenal away we had them at Arsenal away in the quarterfinals 4 years ago. And the game was shit. Like, neither side wanted it. Like, it was a case of like, who wants it less.
If we played the strongest team, we would have beaten them, wouldn't we? But we never took them.
There was 7,000 of us, like, across all 3 tiers. Tottenham away. I know a few people ain't done their new stadium. Brentford, I'd like. I think I'm worried about Brentford. Like, I think the only teams I really fear, Chelsea if they play a first team. Brentford.
Yeah.
Arsenal, I think we can beat, because I don't think Arsenal respect this cup very often. Tottenham, we've proven we can beat. Leicester, we can prove we can beat. Liverpool, again, another team that have no respect for the domestic cups. They'll play like the reserves, and Brentford purely because Brentford are a good side and they've beaten us already this season. But like, I've not done their ground. Like, I'll get a chance to do it in the league, but like, if I could do their ground now, I'd definitely do that. You get a bigger allocation. Like, if it's away at a London team, which it could be because there's 4 of them we could face. I think the worst one would be Liverpool away, like especially like be like a bit of a downer. But like this is the thing, like if you want to win these cups, you've got to beat the best teams to win it. And
see, I'd fancy like the top teams over 1 league and 2. If we have like Chelsea over 2, I know we're not. I'm thinking more further ahead, but you'd rather have them over 1 leg, wouldn't you? Do you see what I mean?
Like, if you are to win this cup, you have to beat the best teams. I mean, we've knocked out Man United and Man City, so we're doing that. And if we can beat them 2, we can certainly beat anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Brentford against Sunderland. You don't know, do you? They could face each other.
You Arsenal get Sunderland. I bet you.
Yeah, I was thinking that they always get the easy draws. Brentford's down the road from me, not far. Really close ground to where I live.
Yeah, they ain't really got that. That won't be a big allocation though.
Nah.
Their ground's tiny, isn't it?
Well, it will be more than we get in the league because of the.
Is it 20%? Is it or 10% or 10%?
You get more allocation in domestic cup games, so I think we'll probably get about 2,000, just over 2,000. I think the league allocation's about 1,600 max. I think.
I'll tell you one thing though. Talking to fans, was fair play to City. I mentioned it on my thing yesterday. 5,000 fans they took, and you could tell they're not plastic fans either. I had a lot of them because they were out the ground before the game. A lot of them done the trip, so fair play to them. That's a long trek in it as well.
Everyone does the trip, we'd be up there if it was at their place. You know what I mean? Like we was all there's 3,000 of us at Man United. We all do the trip. Every football fan does it.
I think a lot of them were London as well. I think my son was saying so. A bit of a mixture. Yeah.
Kent was talking about the food. Sorry, I missed that comment. Bournemouth had real good thick burgers and homemade pie. And the pie and pint is that's probably like because they opened the turnstiles, didn't they, an hour and a half before the game? That's probably like half hour once the turnstiles open, probably or something like that to get you in the ground. Let's have a look here. Simon said Chelsea away. Kent said Sunderland away. Glenn saying Chelsea. And as everyone's saying, there's definitely going to be 2 London derbies.
What would be ideal, I think, if Arsenal and Liverpool got each other? Because if Chelsea get
Leicester,
Chelsea Spurs, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
if Chelsea get like I think what can't happen if Chelsea gets Sunderland, because like that will essentially be League One v League One with Chelsea's reserves, and then if Chelsea win that. That's that's them in the semi, and then they can play like a first team. So like, I want Chelsea or Sunderland because purely.
I reckon Chelsea will get Tottenham, Arsenal will get Liverpool, and I still think we'll get Sunderland away, and I reckon Leicester will have Brentford.
I think honestly, I think we'll get Arsenal or Liverpool, Tottenham or Chelsea will get, or Arsenal will get Sunderland.
I might get Tottenham.
Brentford get like,
yeah.
Well, imagine you don't know, do you? Like,
I know.
It's going to be an interesting, tense draw, but hopefully we've.
We'll cover it, won't we, Milesy? I think when it's live, we'll go.
Yeah, we're doing it 20:10. We're doing a build-up show.
I get nervous when the draw's being done as well. I just remember that. Yeah, I get really nervous. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, especially when the big boys are pulled out.
Might be a bit early for you, Dom, but if you're up and you want to watch the draw, you can come on and give your reaction. We're doing it from 10:20 on Saturday morning. Commitment for you.
Might be going out Friday night, so
yeah. Don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. We've sort of.
I'm off on a non-league ground up Saturday, so I can't be up too late.
Oh, are you? Where you going?
Woking.
Oh, I've been there. But someone who I work with lives in Woking. I've been there a couple of times. I went there when Jarvis played for him.
I do like a National League game. I think it's a cracking league.
You've been to
I've been-
Maidenhead, Don. Maidenhead's in my borough. Down in Devonshire's there, isn't he? I've never been.
No, I do plan to. I've got 2 pals who live down that way, and I have to say, like, I'll probably come to Maidenhead, but I'm planning, like, it's on my radar. Like, they've got a game on the 11th of December, but then, like,
Yeah.
we got Burnley the next day. Preston are at home the Saturday. I'm just like, ooh, I could do 2 here. Like, I could do Preston, stay up, and then I won't have to get up silly o'clock to go to Burnley. So
yeah. I'm looking forward to Wolves away as well. I do like Wolves. Wolves away.
loud
Don't do well.
Yeah. Loudest one's Ellen Road for me, though. That was a loud ground. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Villa Park's my favourite ground in the country.
I haven't been.
Yeah.
I love Villa Park.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
You going Sunday?
Yeah. I'm on driving. Well, I'm on standby for driving duties. My turn to drive. Yeah, no, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing for thingy. I'm pretty sure I know who everyone's man of the match is, Dom. But do you have a man of the match in mind from yesterday?
It's got to be Areola, like, without doubt. My favourite save he made was that, like, Spider-Man like save. And I didn't actually realise how important it was because I was down the other end of the pitch when he saved it, then he kicked it away. Because I think it took a deflection, and it was
that the Palmer one? The shot.
Right.
There's a Stones header as well.
No, because there was one in the second half when I watched the highlights, and I think someone had a shot. It sort of took a deflection. It was that spin to Gundogan, who was about to tap it in. He just stuck out.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, it's just such great reactions, man. Like, the Stones one was the best, probably.
Stones.
But I loved how he improvised on it. Like,
yeah, no, I'm. Do you know what? I didn't realise just how commanding he is in his box. He's a big lad as well, and he don't care. He'll go through people as well, won't he? Like he really doesn't care at all.
Yeah, again, like he's played 4 games for us now, and he ain't conceded a goal, so can't be bad, can it?
Yeah. Jazz, you didn't probably watch the game really, so you don't. Do you really want to?
Yeah, from the highlights, Areola really, and
I think you didn't watch the game.
No, I didn't go. My son went. Yeah, he had my tickets. He went with his mate. Yeah, yeah. Because I think we've had 3 games home back to back, and then what's been happening?
3 games in 6 days.
Yeah, and also, Dom, every evening game, you're not being able to get home. There's been issues with trains. Even last night, my son walked in 2-3 in the morning, and he said the trains weren't again, and I had to catch a cab. It happened to me every last 3 evening game, mate. Last cab was from Waterloo, the last one. That was a huge train. Last train's about 11:20. It's been happening. Like the Leicester game, someone died in front of the tracks, mate. Couldn't even get home and properly. Had to catch another train somewhere else, and then it's been a nightmare. Yeah, and I'm like,
Judge had to drive to Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham game I drove. Yeah, because we had that event to go to.
I had a few issues. I had a few issues Tuesday night. I went to Wealdstone, ground hopping. And that's right down the other end of the Metropolitan line.
I think Vinnie Jones played for them, Don. Vinnie Jones came from there, I think, to Wimbledon.
Yeah, Wimbledon way, isn't? Well, towards that's more Watford, isn't it? But other end of the underground, I got on after. I didn't realise. I think it was the last tube out, and it was only a Piccadilly line one. So I had to change at Earl's Court. Bumped into all these Chelsea fans, great, because they were playing Tuesday night at home. And then
Southampton,
and I was looking at the train times, like the last one out of Fenchurch Street, because that's like my main terminal, which takes you back to Southend. And it was quite early because of rail works and bus replacement. It was saying I've got to change at Grays and then mill about there and then go to Leon C and then get off at Leon C. I have to get a bus back. I'm just like, fuck this. So I just thought there's surely got to be another way around here. So I looked on the train line out. They're doing them from Upminster, like direct. So I had to get the district line all the way from Old Court to Upminster. Upminster's right. So essentially, I went from one end of the underground right to the other. So I started off at Route Royslip, and ended up at Amsterdam. It took me an hour and a half, man. It was a lot of travelling.
Yeah, because I used to work in like literally in Wembley, so like Hanger Lane and Alperton sort of way, and I live in Hornchurch, so that's like a long route. That's pretty much most of the district line as well. But I can get to Romford as well. Like when I come home, sometimes I can get the fast train Stratford straight to Romford as well. So
I used to do Ealing Broadway to Upton Park because I live out west. That's quite a long one. Yeah.
Oh,
fuck
yeah,
that as well.
Broadway's right at the end of the district line, isn't it?
I just used to open a bottle of scotch or rum on the train. And that's it. You get the cups.
I'll tell you what. When I went to non-league finals day in May, it's the FA Vase and Trophy final on the same day.
Yeah.
Proper good day out here, you know.
That's Hornchurch. Hornchurch was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, when Hornchurch was it, and they didn't let us take any alcohol in. So like, I was with two mates, and one of them snuck in a whole bottle of JD. So, like, after the Vase final, we had like a 2-hour interval between the end of the Vase match and the start of the trophy final. So we just sat in the concourse at Wembley Way, just fucking drinking like illegal whiskey. Well, not illegal whiskey that you shouldn't have brought in, but yeah, passes the time, didn't it?
We used to put Bacardi in mineral water bottles and get into cricket and leave the seal on there, and it looks like it's not been touched.
When there's will, there's a way.
Oh no. Someone else is saying, Grace to East Ham about 20 minutes. Yeah, that's
all right for some.
Yeah, it is all right for some. But no, like I said, gents, what a time to be a West Ham fan, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, mate, it's amazing. It's the best time. I was saying to a lot of fans, they agreed. This is the best time for me. Yeah.
Dom, we probably won't see you. I'll see you there on Sunday. I know it's still a long way away. Are you still feeling confident for Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, just keep the run going. Won't be an easy game. Villa are a good side. I mean, they're a bit different since they lost Grealish, but they've got players that can hurt us. Buendia's a good player.
Bailey frightens me. Bailey frightens.
Yeah, but like like they've lost 3 in a row, Villa, and usually I'd be like, oh, it's all right. If you're on a bad run, it's all right. You got West Ham next. You win that run there. Now it's like, oh, I don't want to be playing West Ham. Yeah, and a lot of teams will feel the same. So like, mate, I think we can nick a 1-0 win, maybe keep another clean sheet, get a solid, from
we done a double over them last season, didn't we? Yeah.
They're going to be low in confidence, Villa. Obviously, like the manner which they lost the last time going to Wolves, obviously a derby. I watched them last Friday against Arsenal. I thought they were awful.
Yeah. I like that Ramsey though. He's a good youngster. I reckon he's got a good future.
Yeah, definitely. But their defence is a bit meh. Like I like Mings, but he's not really been on it.
Yeah. Matty Cash, he's decent.
Yeah, exactly. They're a good side for it. They've got some very good players, but I think we were beaten twice last season. Tough place to go, Villa Park, but we're more than capable of getting a result. Yeah.
And lastly, Dom, because I know your time is precious as well. What do you reckon the news about the Czech billionaire? Do you reckon it's got legs on it?
I ain't read it much about it, but if it's anything like the previous 2 Czech imports, then it can only be good news, can't it?
You get better lager at the ground, won't we? Hopefully.
As well. None of that Croatian stuff though in Zagreb. There's like 2% lemon beer.
Vienna's lovely, Dom. You love the beer there, Vienna. It all comes from the Alps, all the spring water. Beautiful beer.
I've got to do Belgium first, mate. Everyone loves a Belgian beer.
Yeah.
Oh, they do, mate. Have you got any more info yet? Have you received anything yet?
Well, they literally about half hour ago. They've just emailed out the voucher. The correct information this time.
Yeah.
So because we're coming in Thursday, we'll have to go to the ground and get our tickets. But we just ordered our COVID tests today, which are going to come tomorrow. We have to take them 24 hours before we fly out, and then just got to do the passport because we're flying to Holland. We're going to have to do locator forms for Holland and Belgium.
Yeah.
Which
you've learned your lesson, though, haven't you?
Yeah. I had it for Croatia. It's just like I didn't realise coming back to the UK, but
Marzi, what about me in Vienna? I had to catch the next flight.
Did you hear about Chaz as well? He went out there. We're going to release the footage. We'll send you it. Jazz interviewed a few people when he was out in Vienna a few weeks ago. He interviewed some of the locals. But go on, Jazz, quickly telling your story coming home.
Yeah, I forgot to do the test in Vienna before getting on the flight. So I missed the flight, had to book another hotel the next morning, run across the airport, get a test done, and then you get the result in an hour. Luckily, I was okay. And then you had to pay for another flight, mate. It's just one of the 4 things I forgot. I didn't know.
I don't think you need a test coming back to the UK now, do you?
No, I never. When I come back from my Ibiza, I never.
Yeah, that's all right. But like, hopefully,
you just have to have a test when you come out, unless that's changed now. I have to have it. I have to have the one.
I think you need to have that test. Like, you don't have to take the test, but you have to put the reference on the form, the locator form. So they sort of like they've trapped you there because like you have to buy the test just purely to stick the reference on so you can complete.
The one I used on when I come back from my Ibiza, I took the test. I didn't get the result until 5 days later. So it's like if I've actually tested positive, I would still be going out. It's just bloody stupid.
I haven't got it either. I haven't got it. I paid for it, 50, 60 quid. I've got no result, mate.
No.
Ridiculous.
But no, Dom, I really appreciate you coming on, mate. Like you said, you're good. Your good analysis of the game, and we appreciate your knowledge, mate.
Pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
Yeah, thanks everyone in the chat, and you will join me and Jazz from 9 o'clock, where we'll talk into more details about the takeover and get pissed for a couple of hours. So if you're not doing anything, we'll talk about anything, food, anything. So yeah, we'll see you back at 9 o'clock, and one thing left to say: come on, you Irons!
Come on.
Take care, everyone.